Coach John here. In this video, I'm going to talk about the TRX a little bit. So when you're hooking up the TRX, there is a carabiner here, and essentially what you're going to do is you're going to wrap it around an object, and then you're going to hook it in between these two black lines, any point. Basically this length here gives you a whole bunch of options. So if you have something really high, then you would probably hook it up like that. If you have something lower like I have, you're going to hook it up so it's lower down. Otherwise you're going to be on the floor with the strap. So you might have to play around with the length a little bit just to get the ideal length for you. And what I like to do is wrap it around whatever object you're hanging it from. I just wrap it around once or twice, like that, and then you just hook it in between the two, any of these two lines. You can actually get it in between. There we go. So a couple of key points with the TRX. You want to make sure your straps are exactly the same length before you get started. So just do a slight adjustment if you have to, but you don't want to be sawing back and forth with your weight on these. So just very gently adjust the length so they're exactly the same. So how do you figure out where to start? Well, let's say we're doing an inverted row with our knees bent. Get into position, this, hips up, and say start there. Maybe do 10 repetitions. And if I could do 20 or 30, then I know it's too easy. So there's a couple of ways to make it harder. I'm either going to go down lower like this, so I'm more horizontal, or I can lengthen the straps a little bit as well, and that'll also get me a bit lower. As you see, if I lengthen the straps from here, my torso is going to go closer towards the floor. So I'll keep my left foot in the same position. I'll just lengthen the straps. Foot goes right back beside the left one. See now, with the straps lengthened, I'm a lot more horizontal. So the only tricky part with this is if your feet are on a slippery surface, they'll have a tendency to slide. So if you don't have something to butt your feet up against, if you have a partner, you could have them stand in front of your feet to anchor your feet, or prop up some blocks or some type of object between the wall or the door and your feet, and then that'll prevent you from sliding. So then if you did have something for your feet to go against, you could have your legs straight, which is going to make it quite a bit harder. So in this case for me, I'm almost right on the ground, so that's pretty darn hard. Maybe get a few repetitions there. So to make that easier, you're going to shorten the straps, right? Shorten the strap. Shorten the strap. I'll go back down to the same position just so you can see the angle. See now I'm a little higher up. It's a little easier. So that kind of gives you an idea. Now I'll just go through a few other exercises here. So the really nice thing about the TRX is you're able to do a pulling exercise, and with most people aren't able to do a pull-up or a chin-up, and so the TRX enables you to get some rowing motion, that rowing motion happening, which is really good because then you're training your back. Otherwise, most people have a tendency just to do push-ups, squats, and that kind of thing, but they're never really training their back. Unless they can do chin-ups or pull-ups, and many people can't who are just starting out, so the TRX is great for that. In addition, we can do all kinds of other exercises, so I'll just go through a few here. This is called a TRX T, because I'm essentially making a T with my arms. When I'm in this position, I look like a T. This would be a TRX I, or sorry, Y. Hands together would be an I. Then if I pin my upper arms close to my torso, I can do bicep curl. Just make sure you have constant tension on the straps. So you don't want to be like this and then doing that, okay? Same thing goes with any of these exercises. Just go so you have constant tension on the straps. Don't be coming up here. There's no point to that, right? So we could turn around and we could do some triceps extensions. So you're just going to keep my upper arms in place. The key is do not move your upper arms, only move from the elbow joint. So my whole body is moving, kind of I'm pivoting on the balls of my feet. So I'm doing the bicep curl, and I wanted to make it easier. I'm going to shorten the straps. Generally for most things, shortening the straps is going to make it easier because you're going to be more vertical, so you're not lifting as much of your body weight. Lengthening the straps is going to make it more difficult because you will be lower down, therefore more horizontal, and having to lift up more of your body weight. So if I'm doing some bicep curls, I'm fairly upright here. Just keep tension on the straps the whole time, nice and slow. I want to make it harder. I'm going to lengthen the straps so I'm more horizontal, therefore putting more load on the biceps. Just like that. Now we can also use these for balance. For example, doing a single leg squat, I could just have these like this. Do my single leg squat. I could just use these to help me with my balance a little bit. Also you do a TRX squat where I'm sitting back like this. So here. This makes your squat quite easy because you're not lifting as much weight. Some of the weight is being held. Some of your body weight is being supported through the straps into the bar. So if you have a hard time with just a body weight squat, which would be like that, you could use the straps to assist. Some other exercises which are really challenging would be doing like a hamstring curl with the straps and doing knee tucks. So the hamstring curl, I was just looking for the mat, but I don't have it handy. So this is very challenging, and I don't recommend anyone tries it until they've got the basics down with the ball, but you could use these. It's just a matter of adjusting the angle to make it easier for you. So you're going to have your heels in the loops like that. Now, as I go further forward with the straps, it's going to be easier. As I come out this way, it's going to be more difficult. So there's different variations to these, and I'm not going to go through them all right now. I'm just going to go through one. So basically lift up my hips and pull my knees towards me, just like that. Give that a try. It's a lot more challenging than it looks. From there, you can also do knee tucks. Flip yourself around. And basically put your feet in the straps this way. A little high. I probably wouldn't bother with this exercise, but I'll just show you anyways. Shouldn't say I wouldn't bother with it, but I can get my foot in there. Okay. So, going to go into push-up position. Feet are supported. I could just pull in like this. The key with this one is you don't want to don't be rounding your back, just pull your knees in. Other things you could do from here, you could do push-ups. So you have more stability with your push-ups. You could do a push-up and a knee tuck. That. And one other exercise I'll show you is you can do a push-up with straps like this. They do tend to kind of scrape your skin on your upper arm, so if you don't like that feeling, wear a long sleeve shirt. Just adjust your straps, make sure they're the same length. This is going to be fairly easy because I'm upright. Keep your arms close to your torso, just like that, nice and slow. Shoulder blades together. Spread your shoulder blades apart at the top, just like with all push-ups. That's a little easy, so I'm going to lengthen the straps. Make sure they're the same length. And let's get in our starting position here. Whoop, what happened there? That's better. So as you can see, these are very versatile. You're gonna have to play around with the length a little bit just to get a good idea of what works for you and what angles are good for you, but in general, aim for around 10 repetitions with a certain particular length. See how that goes for you and go from there. So that's the TRX for you. Please let me know if you found this helpful, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.